Well, this evening I have the great honor and privilege to welcome to the city of Dallas and introduce our special guest, someone who I've respected and admired for her contributions, as you obviously seen in brief detail, and her legacy to the black communities in this country, Miss Opal Lee. Earlier this month, on February 8th, she became the second black person whose portrait will hang in the Senate chambers of the state capitol. Yes, give it up. Her painting will join the late U.S. Representative Barbara Jordan as the only two black Texans to have portraits in the Senate chambers. Miss Lee was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize in 2022 for her tireless work to ensure black history is not erased. Please welcome Miss Opal Lee and have her come up.
Good evening, young people. And you're all young people if you're not 96. And I knew I was going to be getting up here, but they've showed you all about me, so let's go home. I guess I'm on a mission, because I want more than anything else in the world for Dallas and Fort Worth to work together on some of these problems we have, and we got them. Freedom is for everybody, not just black Texans, not just Texans. Freedom is for all of us, and I want us to act like it. So, what I'm gonna say to you is make yourself a committee of one to change somebody's mind. You know people who aren't on the same page you are on. Change their minds. If people can be taught to hate, they can be taught to love. And I expect you to do it. There is so much that we need to do. The homelessness and joblessness and health care that some of us can get and others can't. And climate change that we are responsible for. And if we don't do something about it, we're gonna all go to hell in a handbasket. I don't know how much time I got, but I'm delighted to hear about your Office of Equality and Inclusion and how important it is. I'm going back home and find out what we're doing. And I guarantee you we're doing something. I don't know whether to tell you, because many of you know that I have this passion for Juneteenth and that it means freedom. I mean freedom for everybody. And maybe you know and maybe you don't that a General Gordon Granger made his way to Galveston with several thousand colored troops. They spread out all over Galveston telling the enslaved they were free. And General Granger nailed that order, it was called General Order Number 3, to the door of what's now Reedy Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church, which said all slaves are free. Well, when those people came in from their labors and somebody read that to them, we started celebrating, and we've been celebrating ever since. Don't want you to think that all we do is celebrate, because Juneteenth has so many facets. I mean, I could name the art, the way that we try to impart information to people. How to buy a house, how to get your credit straight. We have empowering you, and that tells you some of those things. There's so much more to a Juneteenth celebration. Can I tell you about one of them I went to? It was in tiny little Sycamore Park, and the paper says there were 10,000 people in a 3-day period. No, 30,000 in a 3-day period, 10,000 a day. And so we knew in the park that 10 o'clock they were going to pull a plug, and we all knew to go home. But when they pulled it this time, I got on a flatbed truck and plugged it back in, and we partied till dawn. Did we have fun? But it means so much more than that. I don't even know how to tell you that Juneteenth means freedom, not just for black people, not just for people in Texas. It's for all of us. And we're not free yet. As long as we have the homelessness and the joblessness and all those things, we've got to work cut out for us. And I'm hoping Fort Worth and Dallas will get together and get those things taken care of so that in the Southwest, the two cities will make people aware that we got things going for us, that we can do things together. I know we can. I do. And I expect you to know it too. Oh, if I sit down, I'm going to remember something I didn't get to say. Darn it. The art that you folk have over here, as the young people say, is off the chain. But you got to come over there and see what we've got. We've got some art too. And so let's kind of exchange some of it sometimes. I sort of think that would help, huh? I don't know. I want so much for the two cities to be one. And when I say one, I mean to work together. And so I could stand up here and whine about us not being together. I'll sit down, but do change people's minds here. Their minds can be changed. And there's so much that we can do together. Is that enough? If it is, I'm out of here.